Hey guys, welcome back to Caffeinated Bike. This time we are doing a video on the Save Earth ride. If you're following me on Instagram, I'm sure you'd have seen some photos and videos about this already. Anyhow, we reached the venue, which was an Nexus Mall in Bangalore, and just met up with quite a few folks whom we usually meet when we ride, and just chit chatting and checking out the group that's come over. So this is a mall I've never been to before, so I was also quite intrigued to see what's there. But since it is like so early in the morning, obviously it wasn't open. But again, the best time to start any ride is early in the morning, right? So we're just going around seeing what all bikes have come. A lot of Royal Enfields and quite a few bikes, some big bikes were also there. And yeah, look what I found. So this is a photo booth. It's got all the sponsors in it, and here's Caffeinated Bike, Ashley Creators, BK3 Studios. Yeah, there's where we are. So this was the whole group, and we just went around checking out what other bikes have come, because after we had come also there are quite a few people. So we were just going around and seeing what all is there. I was very fascinated by the RD350 which was there, one of my dream bikes. Haven't ridden one. I don't know if I'll ever get to ride one, but it's always a joy to have a look at one which is present. So that was nice to see. There was a BMW, there was even a Hayabusa that had come. So nice to see some big bikes too. Anyway, so we were just waiting for the chief guest to arrive and to sort of have a quick briefing. Anyway, after all that was done, we had to suit up. Everyone was busy getting their gear on. That's something that takes a bit of time for everyone, because imagine wearing your jacket and gloves and helmet and cameras and whatnot. Anyway, here we were all flagged off, and then we started riding off to the main venue where we would be doing the tree plantation. Now the idea is to not ride so far away that it takes away from the main agenda, but again the point is that you plant this sapling, but then you can always go and revisit it if you want to. So it helps if the place is fairly within the city, or at least in the peripheries of the city. So here we just went around riding up till there. And this was my favorite little spot on the ride, the canopy of trees. I'm sure you guys know by now how much I love these kind of trees coming and sheltering the road with their cooling shadows. Anyhow, I'm very nostalgic when it comes to these kind of things, because I've seen what Bangalore used to be filled with trees, and I miss those days. Anyway, coming out of nostalgia, just focusing on the ride, and good turnout, I would say. Best thing is people ride carefully, responsibly, no unnecessary overtaking or speeding or whatever. Anyhow, so here we reach the main location, and you'll notice that on my right there's quite a bit of trash that you would see. So it turns out that this area was actually a landfill, and the people, the government officials have done a pretty good job of reclaiming the land and making it livable. As it turns out, it used to be very, very smelly and was quite a nuisance for people around. So they developed it, they cleaned it up, and that's one of the reasons why we chose this area for the tree plantation, because it makes sense. Let's grow some trees and make the environment better and more livable, especially for the people of this area. So we reached here and we parked our bikes, just walking back. Now usually before a ride I would have something quick to eat, because you never know when we would be stopping for breakfast, how early or late that might be. So I'd rather be energized from the get-go. But by the time we reached here, I was famished and I really wanted to dig my teeth into something tasty. And so this is actually one temple that they have built here. So this is also the place where we had our main pandal, where we can do some facilitations and talk a little more about this initiative, and also have our breakfast. So very nicely maintained location. The area on the right where you see the water tower, that area is where we would be planting our trees. Now turns out that just the night before it had rained quite heavily, so the main place where we had actually planned to do the plantation was kind of flooded, so it was not quite practical to do anything over there. So this was an impromptu situation for us. Anyway, I'll come to that in a minute. I want to talk about the food that these guys gave us. The best food that you can have are always the simplest ones. Nothing beats a very simple South Indian fare. So that's what we got, and it was really tasty. Loved it. My favorite in all of this was the kesri bath. I'll just show you that at the very end. I like kesri bath which is not very oily, not very sweet, and it's rather fluffy. Now this kesri bath was exactly that. Not oily, not very sweet, and nice and fluffy. Oh man, best way to end your breakfast. So we were done, and just riding on post-breakfast clarity. We were just chit-chatting around with folks, just talking about what other rides we want to plan, what else is coming up next, and in general, our bikes. What are bikers going to talk about? I was very intrigued by quite a few people's jackets that had a lot of these badges. So the more rides you do, the more events you attend, those many badges you keep getting, it seems. So there was one guy whose front side of the jacket was completely badges. You can't even see what color his jacket is. Anyway, here we have the facilitation going on, and then we moved on to the main event, which is planting the saplings. Now this ground, like I said, was a very last minute sort of a thing. So that's why a lot of places were not dug up. So we had to sort of just get hold of whatever plants we could and find if there's a ditch. So they had dug up a few ditches already. So it was kind of like, go find that hole in the ground and do your business, plant your tree. So we were just figuring out how to go about it. But anyway, we managed to sort of secure a couple of saplings, and we were just figuring out what to do. Of course, we needed help. But at the end of the day, attending all these kind of rides, you make good friends, meet good people, you have a good time, and overall, you get a chance to be part of something bigger than yourself, and that is where the essence lies. So I hope you enjoyed this. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a good one, guys.